Hello, my name is Adelaida Zanfir and I'm a third-year student at Cluj School of Public Health, Romania. Today I want to talk about physical education in Romanian high schools. Why did I choose this topic? Because physical activity brings a lot of health benefits for the youth. Physical activity prevents overweight and obesity, heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, improves the psychological well-being, the cognitive function, and nevertheless it prevents youth to uptake smoking. So physical activity and health are correlated. When the levels of physical activity increase, the risk of developing conditions I just mentioned decrease. When the levels of physical activity decrease, the risk of becoming ill increase. But why do we have to talk about physical education as a school activity? Studies say that schools are one of the most suitable places for youth to engage in moderate to vigorous physical activity. Youth spend most of their day in a school setting, so schools can provide them a good training program and give them the opportunity to engage in physical activity of sufficient quantity to maintain their health status. Worldwide, most of the countries have physical education classes as mandatory subjects, and Romania is one of those countries. Even though it is a mandatory subject, Romanian high school students have low participation rate in physical activity. According to WHO, in 2012, 20% of 11-year-old girls and 32% of 11-year-old boys were physically active. At age 13, 30% of girls and 28% of boys were physically active. And at age 15, 7% of girls and 16% of boys were physically active. We can see the correlation between age and levels of physical activity. As age increases, physical activity levels decrease. The objectives of this study are to assess student levels of participation in physical education classes, to explore the reasons students do not participate in physical education classes, and to explore ways to increase high school students' participation in physical education classes. In order to evaluate the levels of students' engagement in physical education classes, why students don't participate in P.E classes, and explore ways to increase high schoolers' participation rates in class, a cross-sectional study was performed on a convenient sample of 291 11th and 12th grade students from Reghin, Mureș County, Romania, aged 18 and above, using a questionnaire. Descriptive statistics were used to interpret data obtained. The results? 22.8% of the respondents were passive participants in physical education class, 10.3% had medical exemptions, and 13.4% were skipping the class without any exemption. Out of the total number of students who skipped and those who were passive participants, 57.1% believe that the activities done in the physical education class are not attractive. 27.7% didn't participate because they do not have the possibility to take a shower after the physical education class. 25.1% didn't feel motivated to participate in class, and 11% experienced shame because they were incapable of executing the exercises done in class. Several ways to increase the high schoolers' participation rates in physical education class were identified. The most important ones are to introduce new activities in the curriculum, to lower the difficulty level of the exercises so they can be accessible for each student, and teachers should approach a friendly teaching style. The main limitation of this study was that questionnaires were applied only in one city, so the data might not be valid for the entire Romanian student population. The study will continue and it will be extended also to Cluj City, and other stakeholders such as high school sports teachers, teachers from the sports faculty, schools inspectorate and the Ministry of Education will be involved. Further research will be done on this topic in order to identify and propose the most suitable policy options that could lead to increased levels of participation in physical education class. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go now do some physical activities.